What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to share with you the top 11 Amazon PPC myth that you should leave behind for 2022. Let's start. Okay, so in this video I'm going to share with you the top 11 Amazon PPC myths that we all heard or not sure about, and I'll try to make it a little more clear to you whether you're a beginner or an advanced seller. So let's start with point number one: being in the first position on top of search page, or we call it in Amazon PPC top of search, is the most profitable one. So this is not the case, and I have a lot of products that I'm not even being shown at top of search, and I'm getting a lot of profitable sales. You have to understand that there are some reasons why people want to be on top of search. Market dominance, they want to dominate the niche, they want to be really aggressive, and it's not always aligned with your goals. Everything that you hear, you have to make sure that it fits your business model, it fits your product, and it fits you. And there is no better way to actually confirm this than actual checking it. So try to be on top of search, try to be not to be on top of search, and see and measure the actual results that you get. And a lot of times people coming from their own kind of perspective, including me, and that's what I'm sharing because that's what I know. But it's not necessarily 100% true. It's not gonna work for your campaign, or gonna work not really good. So the best formula, a way to deal with myths like this one or other things, is to actually try things by your own. Try to test things, get the habit of having experiments and really checking like a scientist any point that you encountered. So for example, if you consume the videos from this YouTube channel, from Sourcing Monster, and I kind of explain what I did, it's from my own perspective. So try to test it yourself, see it works for you or not. That's what it's all about when you consume information and new stuff. I get a lot of ideas in my pipeline that I hear that works for others, or through videos that I learn, or masterminds, but I can't just come and go all in on those ideas. I have to test them and see whether they work or not. So we always try to test things small, and then if they work, if this concept that I heard somewhere works, then I go all in and implement it as a business practice. Number two, set up your PPC campaign and forget about it. So I see this very common with, I think most of sellers are like that. They set up their campaigns and they can forget about optimizing them for weeks, days, months. You'll be surprised with the amount of time that pass by and people not really checking or optimizing their PPC campaigns. It's a big factor that influence your rankings, influence your profitability, and because it's one of the top, if not the most biggest expense in your business, marketing, it has a big impact on your business and bottom line. So you want to make sure that you actually not forget about it, and you put reminders to check your PPC campaigns, their performance, optimizing them. And I do talk about this many times before in the channel. Myth number three: day parting doesn't work. So day parting, for those of you that don't know, it's basically enabling the campaigns during the day or during the hours that your products convert the best, and pausing them automatically, of course, with the hours that they're not performing that well. And people obviously doing day parting because it should save you money. It should save you because, let's say your budget is limited, it's $100, and you spend $100 24/7 across all these hours. But for some hours, let's say from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. while people are working, for some reason your conversion is two times better than those hours. So because your budget is limited, you want to make sure that you spend the whole $100 between those hours that you convert better. So you're gonna get for your $100 more sales. So a lot of people complain and say that it's not working. And with Amazon, day parting is not something that you can actually do automatically on the platform. Of course, Amazon don't want to add this feature because it will make their revenues go down. But I made videos about that. You can check about Scale Insight, how you can do day parting and automations. And with, like I said in point number one, don't just take my word that it worked for my campaigns or some other guy that says that it didn't work. Try it yourself. Take one campaign, do day parting, get like 3 weeks and see the performance, see whether it works or not. And even with that, don't just come to a conclusion that it doesn't work. If it didn't work, try it on another campaign. And if it worked, also try it on another 1 or 2 campaigns. Don't just go all in because it's only one campaign test that you did. So even if the result is good or bad, keep testing. Myth number 4, you should run PPC campaigns on autopilot to save time. That could be automations, that could be auto campaigns, whatever the automations is. You can't just leave and set a campaign to be automated and forget about it. It's similar to the previous point. You have to make sure that you regularly check that everything works like a clock. For example, in my business, I use automations for my PPC, but it doesn't mean that I don't really need to be on top of it and make sure that the automation is working. It's doing the work. Sometimes you have glitches. You want to be on top of it and make sure that you actually checking it even if it's automated. Myth number 5, bidding high will boost visibility. Okay, so we all know that when you are the highest bidder, you're probably going to be getting more impressions. You're going to show most of the times for every search keyword that is being searched for on Amazon, if it's of course a keyword that you're targeting, and you are going to get more clicks, more exposure, and that's true to some degree, but it's not always the case. Sometimes you can bid high, but your CTR is so low and your metrics that Amazon is collecting about your product are not really good, like conversions and other factors. And even if you bid high, really high, it's not gonna give you a lot of exposure, especially for high search volume keywords. So make sure that you target only keywords that are actually relevant and that you're going to have good CTR and people actually think that you're relevant to this product, because at some point, if Amazon keeps sending you traffic and no conversions, even if you are the highest bidder, you will not be showing for that search term on when people searching for it on the catalog. Guys, enjoy the content that I'm working very hard to provide and produce for you for free. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with any feedback or questions do you have, because I personally reply to every comment. And I will also appreciate your support by checking the links and the sponsors in the description below. That's the only way that we keep this channel alive. Myth number 6, my competitors will click my ads to cost me money. So as much as we hate to admit that click fraud exists, it does exist, and it's a true concern that a lot of people are having. Really being scared of competitors, especially Chinese competitors, coming in and clicking on their ads and basically depleting their budget for that day, and having the competitors gaining more market share or more volume through ads and through PPC marketing. And that's true to some degree, but we can't really live in fear of really not doing anything because someone might come and click on our ads. We have to fight it, we have to monitor it, but we cannot let this fear kind of guide on what actions we do or whether advertise or not, you know? So yes, it exists. You have to monitor your campaigns. You need to be on top of them to make sure that, you know, in case something like that happens, you know about it and you work with Amazon to fix it. But don't let that fear dictate what you're actually doing or dictate whether you are going to advertise or not on the platform. Myth number 7, it's better to have more keywords. Okay, so we all know that more keywords means more traffic, and that's what we want, right? But it's not necessarily mean that it's quality traffic. More keywords means sometimes a lot of bad traffic that is irrelevant. So when you actually bid for more keywords, you have to make sure that you kind of understand the mechanism between the match types. So for example, broad match for a very broad, irrelevant big keyword can give you a lot of bad traffic that is not relevant to you, which you can spend on other relevant keywords instead and get more sales. So I always like to be careful with the match types that I'm using and the targeting that I'm using, because more traffic not necessarily means more profits and more sales always. Myth number 8, you need to be an expert to get started. This is the biggest problem that people are facing. They really don't really get educated enough on how to do Amazon PPC correctly. And believe in it, it's not rocket science. You don't need to be an expert. Anyone can do PPC on their account as long as they have the passion to learn it and understand the importance of this to your business, especially as an Amazon seller. That's one of the smallest tools that we have to influence our marketing and sales. So make sure that you give it enough really respect. You learn it, you understand the topic, and when you're not sure about something, you can either ask us on the group, on our Facebook group, in the comments. You can ask so many people for help. So it's just a matter of you want to know it or not. But also don't really wait to be an expert or really think that it's only for experts. You can start today with the simplest campaign ever by auto campaign. Just understand little by little how things work. And when you're not sure about something, ask yourself tough questions. For example, how you can measure things. Myth number 9, organic rankings are better than pay-per-click. So in general, this is true. Of course, our goal as Amazon sellers is to get as many sales possible, or the percentage of the organic sales to be higher than the PPC sales. But it's not going to be a healthy scenario where, for example, you get all your sales from organic, because a PPC, it's a tool to help Amazon discover which keywords perform better for you and then reward you on those organic rankings. So it's a tool. You need to have a good ratio between your PPC sales to your organic sales, and something that, people sometimes don't understand. Our main goal is to have as many organic sales as possible because we don't pay for them, right? We only, of course, we pay for every sale that is made on the platform, but I mean, we don't pay to bring people. They come automatically and they click on your organic clicks or on your listings organically, which save you a lot of money. But PPC, it's also a good way to get sales that maybe you didn't get. For example, if you show your let's say people looking or searching for hairbrush, and they see your ad on top of search, and for some reason they didn't click on it, they go down and then they see your organic ranking. Okay, what does it mean? It means that it has a higher chance that people will actually click on your ad because they saw the ad on top of search or whatever advertisement you had there, and it's increasing the chance of them clicking on your organic or PPC result. So PPC, it's a great tool that you must use as an Amazon seller. It's not really a recommendation. You must use it. Technically you don't really must use it because you can still sell, but you're not going to be really scaling your business and taking it to the next level without Amazon PPC. Myth number 10, broad match type is a waste of money. So I said before that you have to be careful. With more keywords means more traffic, but then it's irrelevant traffic, and I mentioned broad match. So you should use broad match, but when you understand what is broad match, you can be careful and be precautious about how you use it. So for example, broad match are a very good way to discover new keywords. I'll give an example. You do hairbrush as broad match as a keyword targeting that you're advertising on Amazon PPC, and you get exposure and get clicks to things that are not even really relevant. For example, hair accessories. It's not hairbrush, but because you put hairbrush as broad, Amazon can show your ad when people searching for hair accessories, and maybe they will buy your product, and maybe someone write hair accessories brush, whatever, and then they come to you. So once you understand how broad match works, it can help you get better results. The main objective of broad match is to discover keywords and really bid on keywords that you didn't really know that exist, or keywords that you don't have to bid directly on and want to measure it more on a keyword top level performance when you optimize your bid. Myth number 11, measuring is difficult. So I think this, and not really checking the account regularly, it's one of the most common problems that any Amazon PPC or any Amazon seller is facing, not measuring things. People come and they adjust bids, they optimize their campaigns, they don't optimize the campaigns, they don't check the things, and it all comes to measuring. You have to really understand that every change, anything that you do on your account has to be measured. Why? Because, for example, if I come and change bids on specific keywords and I don't really measure whether the action that I took is influencing the results, then how can I check if whether I'm doing is good or not for the future? You know, it's not a random thing. You have to look at it as a science. You have to look at it from a point of view that anything that you do has to be measured. Why? Because it will, if you get these habits in yourself, in your business, it's not just this product that is going to enjoy the fruits of these actions and this kind of mindset, but it's your future product and you have more control because you understand what influence the results that you get. You're not really shooting in the dark and hoping to get the best result. So make sure that you get the habit of measuring anything that you do.